Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode in the SC1 Factory Building Dreams 6-month training strategy. We are now in week 3, and we are talking about warm market, your warm market gold mine. But before we get into today's training, we got some announcements too. But before we get into the announcements, Marcy, why don't we tell them about this Team Freedom Range YouTube channel?
It's one of the many tools that you have access to be able to have whatever you need at your fingertips. So if you go through this QR code, you can subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications. Plus, it's a really great resource for you to be able to share with your new people that you bring into the business when they are trying to figure out what to do next, right? So this QR code will take you directly to the team YouTube channel. And then every single Tuesday night, same time, we are on Zoom. This is the same Zoom ID and passcode every single week. And we would love to have you guys join us on Zoom. We love that.
Yes.
Now, the announcements, everything that you need to know about for this week, and we are at the end of the month. So this is urgent, right? We want to close the month as strong as possible in the next couple days. This is where you want to go into the back office reports. You want to check for any subscriptions that did not go through for one reason or another. There's a lot of credit cards that expire at the end of July. Want to make sure that everybody is getting their activation products that they are so in love with, they know are helping them so much. So make sure that you're reaching out to all those people that didn't have their orders go through. And then make sure also that you're making sure that you are encouraging your team and maybe even encouraging yourself to hit that next rank or that next seller level. So we've got through July 31st, and keep in mind that the corporate call center will be open up until 9 p.m. on the 31st. It's not going to be midnight this time. It will be until 9 p.m. and that is Mountain Time. Did you have something you wanted to say in there?
I did not.
Okay, so remember, we have an incentive trip that we are running for. So it's in Mexico. The trip is actually in December. The qualification details are in your email, and they're also on the last calls that we've done. So go to that YouTube channel, go check out all the details. But one of the things you've got to know, and this is so cool. So there's going to be a new product announced at our next event in Dallas. And if you want to be part of the first to get it in your hands, you want to be part of the test group. To be able to do that, you need to have at least 800 in sales volume in July, or hit that 450 in sales volume, or get those shoes in June, and then get at least 45 of the 90 points for the trip before August 15th, or I guess through August 15th. And then you'll be qualified to be part of that test group for the new product. The Open the Month call is going to be this Friday, August 1st at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And you're going to have Executive Jamie Williams talking to you about goal setting and really pushing into this next month so that you have a fantastic August. And then, of course, Project 23. Now, I'm sure that you all know what that is, right? Hopefully you know what it is, but this is the promise that LifeVantage has made in making sure that they are evaluating every single one of our products and ensuring that all of the ingredients that are in there are necessary and that they are the highest quality and the most natural that they can possibly be. And they started with our D3 Plus. So it's now currently being shipped out. Now it is no longer in the hard capsules or tablets, it's in capsules. So that's really exciting. And what was it that they removed?
Polyethylene glycol, or PEG.
So for some people, that's a really, really big deal. And so this is where we're starting at this promise to make everything very clean in our product. So be excited because our company makes promises and then they keep them too.
That's right.
So next Wednesday, this is an invitation for you guys to start raising your hands. The Smiths, Chris and Sarah, and Dondi and I had the opportunity to attend this amazing training. We called it, or they called it, the League of Leaders. This is where we were at a retreat up at corporate, and we were taught by the Covey Group.
The Franklin Covey Group.
Yes, all about the 7 habits of highly effective people. Guys, this was probably, of all the trainings, all the personal growth things that we've participated in, I would say it was probably at the very top. It was fantastic, shifted mindsets. Our paradigms have completely shifted, and we are super excited to be able to recap that event with all of you, or at least with those of you that raise your hands. And so next Wednesday on August 6th, at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, that's 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You will be able to hop on the Zoom that's on the screen, take a screenshot of this, put it into your calendar, because you want to be on for the recap, because there's going to be a special invitation during this recap for those of you that want to participate and learn what we learned, okay? So take a screenshot right here, right now, so that you can be there next Wednesday, August 6th, 4 p.m. Mountain Time. And by the way, that's 3 p.m. Pacific if you're here in Arizona with us.
And we've got Drive 25 Momentum Academy coming up in Dallas, Texas on the 23rd, 24th, and 25th of October. $99 to register now, to commit to that, to sign up for that, to register and pay. It will be $129 at the door. And we say it every time we do a training like this, but waiting only does one thing, and that's cost you more money and delay the commitment that you have to building your business. So get it over with. Go to that QR code if you have not already. Pre-reg or register, pay the $99, block the time out of your calendar, get your travel scheduled, and be in Dallas for the Drive 25 Momentum Academy, and your business will grow. You will grow. There is something that they say a lot, and I've heard John Maxwell say it. I've heard Jim Rohn say it when he was alive. I heard Zig Ziglar say it when he was alive. And most of the gurus in personal development, they say whatever it is, whatever team, whatever organization, whatever company, you will never build a group or a team or an organization bigger than you, meaning you have to be the person who is the one building themselves. And building the skill set here with LifeVantage is going to be incredible with workshops and everything else at Drive 25 Momentum Academy. So don't be square, be there.
Just be there.
Register, just be there.
Hey, I love it. Marjorie Ham is in the Philippines, and she is on the Zoom with us.
Awesome.
So glad to have you on, because it is a ridiculously late or early time in the morning for you right now. So thank you for hopping on here with us, Marjorie. So one of the things that I want to point out here, you heard Dondi say workshops. Well, you each received an email from corporate asking for your input on what workshops you would like to see at this event in Dallas. So you need to respond through that email with which topics, and they gave you a list of the topics that are options, but you need to let them know what you want to be taught. Now, if you don't respond, if you don't give your input, then don't complain about what the training is, right? But if you really want to get what you think that you need, go find that email and respond and let them know what you would like to have as options in Dallas. And then just as a reminder, guys, so far, we haven't had any of you do this video. I know April's going to be doing it, but we want you guys to do a video under 2 minutes long about why it's important to attend events, and share a personal story of when you attended an event and how it made a difference in your life, okay? Whether it's a product, something you learned, or a person that you met, whatever it is. Then take that video and post it in the US LifeVantage Consultant Facebook page and tag us. Okay, tag us. Make sure you tag us so we know that you did this. And then, or if you would prefer, you can also send us the video and then we can upload it for you into the consultant page if that would work better for you. But everybody that does this will be entered to win a loaded LifeVantage crossbody bag. So really cool branded bag. We're going to put all kinds of stuff in it. You don't know what you're going to be getting because we haven't even decided yet what we're going to put in there, but we have got a ton of really cool swag, and it just might be an overflowing bag too. So please go and do your videos. Please go and tag us when you upload it into the LifeVantage Consultant Facebook page, and we can't wait to do this drawing with everybody that does it.
Yep.
And here we are to your.
And here we are. SC1 Factory Zoom. We are, like I said, on week 3. We're going to be talking about your warm market gold mine. So when you're talking about a prospect list, you've got your cold market. That's the people who you don't know and they don't know you. Your warm market is people who know you. They know you by name. They know you by face. They know you by relationship. They know you by interaction. They know you by something. So here's the situation. If you saw them and you made eye contact, they would likely smile. That's how you know. That's somebody on your warm market. So could be, and we'll give you some examples here, but this is super, super, super important. And where is the cursor? There we go. Okay, so your warm market gold mine, it's building your foundation for freedom. And I love this picture here because this is of a lighthouse. And what do lighthouses do? Why were lighthouses invented in the first place. On foggy nights when ships are out at sea and they're, long distance and they're traveling, they're trying to find their way to a certain place, lighthouses bring them in. Lighthouses also, they can judge distance from it. That will tell them where land is so they don't come crashing into land, but they are a guide, they are a beacon, they are an invitation to come that way for safety, for safe travel. So in this scenario here for your warm market, which is your gold mine, it's your foundation for freedom. And we want to guide you in and show you how to make, number one, a prospect list that includes your warm market, how to utilize it, because the whole foundation here is building an SC1 factory, your SC1 factory, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because you need to take ownership of your business. And what we're going to be covering is not just for new people that are just now going to be making their list of people that are close to them. It's going to also be walking you through that maybe you already reached out to that warm market and you thought that you had burnt through it. Well, we've got ways for you to be able to go back and have conversations with those same people.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a good thing.
Yes. So transforming your warm market into your SC1 factory foundation. Key here is product customers first, business second. And you see the double asterisk there because I certainly do not want you to miss, we don't want you to miss this point. So this is one of the age-old debates when it comes from a company that has a product and has a business opportunity. Which one do I lead with first? Do I talk about the business? Do I talk about the product? And there's an age-old debate. Well, this debate right here is completely shelved for right now because in this context, this is strictly the context of your warm market, people who know you. In that situation, product customers first. And I capitalized first, and I'll tell you why when we get to it. So have a humble, authentic relationship building approach because this is the foundation for your freedom and it starts right here. And there's an entire strategy why customers first as opposed to business. And so at the asterisk at the bottom, it says the business opportunity, which again is Evolve, the most lucrative compensation plan in the industry. It always works.
Yep. When you work it.
Yeah, when you work. If you enroll a customer, if you enroll a consultant, you sell a product, you will get paid 100% of the time. Never fails, no debate. You do the work, you get paid. That's the predictability of the comp plan. It always works. But there are some people who hear someone's great testimonial about a product. They buy the product, they don't have the same testimonial, and they think the product doesn't work. So in their mind, the product didn't work for them. That never happens with the comp plan. So the business opportunity Evolve always works. But we're talking now about products because you're not trying to start a business with your warm market. You want to do the predictable route. And that's why this is so important. And even some of you may be thinking, well, this doesn't make sense based on what we've heard, what we feel, what we thought. Stick with us. You'll understand. Just let us carry you home. Let us guide you in like that lighthouse to a safe freedom building foundation because it is your foundation. So the warm market truth bomb. This is heavy. Your market isn't dead. Even if you've talked to all of them before, you just haven't approached it correctly. And tonight, everything's going to change. Because how did we tee this up? Your warm market gold mine. So anyone who knows you by name, family relationships, if they have a title or you have a title to them, a sibling, a cousin, an in-law, an ex, whatever the case may be, family relationships, people who know you, neighbors, associates, right? Friend relationships from high school, grade school, junior high, college, neighbors, whatever the case. Facebook friends. How about coworkers, right? Coworkers, whether they were current, former, or someone in the same industry that you know from a trade show or you met on a plane heading to the same place and you guys have kept in contact. Whatever it is, that's your warm market. And then obviously personal acquaintances, somebody from the gym, somebody from the bank, somebody from the gas station, somebody from your kids' activity, somebody from church, professional connections, right? Service providers, the person who comes and puts your cable in, your landscaper, your pool maintenance guy, the person who picks up your dog excrement in the backyard, if you have such a person, clients, etc. These are all warm market people.
You know, I would even broaden this a little bit because they're on that top line where it says anyone who knows you by name. I would add anyone who knows you by name or When you walk into the room, they automatically smile because they know who you are, but they might not know your name, right? They know who you are because you've had interactions with them several times. You just haven't quite gotten to that point of first name basis. So that just kind of even broadens things for you a little bit more as you're thinking about your warm market list.
And think about it like this way. Like when you said that, I immediately thought of the kid at the car wash, or the lady at Sprouts, who's the checkout lady, the lady that always smiles and walk in.
People at Costco that are always
at
Costco. My jerky meat.
Whatever. Or the greeters at Walmart, somebody who's always there. You know who they are, they know you. So acquaintances, anyone who knows you by name or anybody who knows you by encounter.
Yes. And hey, I want to welcome Sandra to the call. You are brand new to the team. We're so glad you're here. Welcome, Sandra.
Okay, so the gold mine reality, your warm market numbers. Most people have 200 to 500 contacts. They say the average person knows 600 people by name. And if you know 600 people by name, there's 600 people out there that know you by name. But the average, about 200 to 500 contacts. And you only need 50 to 100 of these people, these relationships, to make a major impact on their lives and yours. Again, your warm market wants to support you because they know you. They want to support you. It's just how you position it, how you tee it up. You just have to ask correctly. And you just have to have the correct invite or the correct approach.
Yeah. You know, one of the things, a little tip here too, to find out how many people you have in your phone, you can actually go into your phone contact list. We'll see if you can see it on here or not. But on your phone contact list, see here? And if you go, not Mandy, Andrew, or Abrams, but if you go all the way to the Z's in your phone and scroll, it's going to tell you how many contacts you have in your phone, right? Or
how many do you have?
I have 3,064. Or if you go to the up here, also this is on a iPhone. If you go up to the lists up here in the top left and open it up, right there at the very top, it shows you how many contacts you have. So that's a good way to find out how many contacts you have in your phone. But then again, keep in mind, you also have all those contacts that maybe you just don't have their details into your phone yet, that they still know who you are, and you can start putting them down on your warm market list.
Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. I have 3,402. Here's a way. So thank you for pointing that out, because what you can do, as Marcia said, and if you look at the left side, it goes A all the way to Z, at least on an iPhone vertical. Go in the A's and look through all of them by name. And you're going to find some that are in there redundantly, some people that you haven't talked to in years, some people that have left the country or whatever the case may be, and in some cases maybe even passed away. So delete those contacts. But here's a great situation. If there's somebody who you haven't talked to in a while, and if you haven't done this on your phone, I would encourage you to do it, because when you don't have a list in front of you, the natural assumption is I probably already talked to them. But you're going to go through, start with A, and it's going to take you a while. But this is going to be extremely valuable and time well spent. So go through, and if it's somebody who you haven't talked to for a while, a great conversation or a great icebreaker. Hey, is this still Melanie's number? This is Dondi. I'd love to catch up. And then wait for the response. It's a great icebreaker because you don't want to delete the number if there's somebody. Now, if obviously somebody gets back, no, sorry, wrong number, then you can delete that. But it's a great conversation starter, and it's a great thing to do about every 6 months. So, and I haven't done this in probably 2 years or more, but it's a great exercise to, one, trim the fat off your unnecessary contacts list, but start new conversations. Great tip, Mars. Thanks.
You're welcome.
And why warm market first? Because we're talking about the foundation. These are the advantages of this warm market, the foundation. Trust is already established. You already have a relationship with them. So they trust you already. They know, like, and trust you. And second, they want to see you succeed. If you had 10 of your closest friends told you they were starting a business, and all they asked you, would you like to see me succeed in business or would you not like me to succeed in business? Of course, you would like them to succeed in business. So that's already a given. And it's an easier conversation. It's not awkward. It's not starting a new conversation. It's not like you're back in junior high or high school dating somebody. It's an easy conversation. You already know they like and trust you. They already want to see you succeed. So it's an easier conversation, especially to open if you haven't talked in a while. It's a higher conversion rate because all the bullet points above, and it's the foundation for referrals. So this is brilliant. And I wish we could say we started this and we thought this up. We certainly didn't. This has been in probably in network marketing for a long, long time. But your warm list is your gold mine. But it's also a place that we're somewhat hesitant to go, especially if it didn't go right the first time because of this, all the things I just mentioned. Because they trust you, they want you to succeed. It's an easier conversation with higher conversion rates, but it's also a little awkward if it didn't go right. But we got a way to rectify that too. Right?
Yes. Yes. So there, in the past, we've done things a little bit awkward. We've created these circumstances that might have created some friction within some relationships, but that was then. And this is now, right? So the old way was super, super busy, heavy with our friends and family. And we went in and just boldly just said, want to make some money, or hey, come join my team, or hey, I've got a business opportunity you've just got to take a look at. And for many of them, because they've already had experiences in businesses such as these, and the result ended up in that resistance and the awkwardness. The new way is that we want to ask for support from those people that love and care about us and want to see us succeed. And so what we can start asking is, would you support my business? How about trying one of our products for 90 days to support me? And maybe you'll just end up loving the product. And there is no long-term expectations with this 90-day strategy. So the result is that it is coming from a place of love and asking for support instead of that resistance and that awkwardness from the old way of reaching out to those friends and family.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Some of you may be kind of freaking out a little bit about the 90 days. Try one product for 90 days. Well, think about this. Because of these people who you're already talking to, they already know you, they trust you, they want you to succeed. 30 days is the same as 90 days. So go for the 90 days. Why? Not because you're trying to get 3 times the money out of them, because they are more, especially the activation products, they are more likely to have a life-changing experience on the 90th day than they are on the 30th day. So let the products do what the products are supposed to do. And if you're a little awkward about the 30-day conversation and the 90-day conversation, I invite you to take a deep dive into what the products do and ask yourself this question. If somebody I knew that I loved and cared about and who loved and cared about me gave me an option for a 90-day trial or a 30-day trial, and you're reading the benefits of the products, which one would you go for? When you read the benefits for the products and you're looking at it from their vantage point, would they offer me a 30-day experience or a 90-day experience? Which one's going to more likely change their life? The 90-day experience, of course. So think about it in that way. You're not selling them. You are giving them the opportunity to change their life forever, especially their longevity. You will just happen to be the person they are extremely grateful for when they come to that conclusion. So be perfectly okay asking for 90 days, because the 90-day cycle is much more greater of a likelihood to have a powerful activation story than just 30 days.
Well, and the thing about our products too is you don't want to set our products up for failure, right? Because we know that in our activation story that most of us have had decades of abusing our bodies to get to the point to where we're at, to where we need a change, right? And so when we're thinking about giving these products the opportunity, it's actually giving our bodies the opportunity to be able to overcome and respond properly to these amazing products that we're offering them. So 90 days, absolutely. You should feel so good about offering that 90-day time period, because our products, first of all, we only have a few of them that are demonstrable, right? That you could either see or taste or feel, right? So Axio is a great one that you can kind of feel a difference like immediately, right? Or our collagen, you can get a really great response in 30 days for most people. Yet the majority of our products, 90 days should really be the minimum of the time that we encourage people to use them.
Yes, for sure.
You liked
Man,
my word, huh?
that was awesome. Demonstrable. I love it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So the 90-day support request, this is the key. So the exact words to say or a variation thereof. So maybe even if you want to take a screenshot of this, this is being recorded. Marcy always uploads it to the Team Freedom Range YouTube channel, but this is critically important. And if these aren't the words you would say, figure out something just like this or similar that you would say. But it's like, hey, Barbara, I need your support with something important to me. I'm building my business with these incredible wellness products, and it would mean the world to me if you would support me by trying one product for 90 days just to try it out. And then, obviously they're going to respond to that. And so there's absolutely no long-term expectations. If you love the product experience, I can show you how to easily become a regular customer. But if not, your support would be considered complete and I would be extremely grateful. So there's no pressure. But again, this is someone who knows you. They trust you. They want you to succeed. So most people in this scenario, think of if somebody came to a similar conversation to you, of course you'd want to support them. I mean, if a friend of yours, a relative of yours is starting a new restaurant and say, hey, could you come in for opening night? I'm really excited about our new restaurant. I'd love to have your patronage. So on opening night, come tell us what you think of the food. Of course you'd be there. Why wouldn't you? I mean, you'd be a jerk not to be there.
Right.
And so that's the situation, whether it's I'm starting a new tire shop. Hey, if you or somebody needs new tires, come in. I'd love to take care of you and let you see the product experience with our new tires. But we're not talking about tires. We're not talking about spaghetti. We're not talking about restaurants. We're talking about life-changing, life-extending products. And it's 90 days for them to have an experience. And they want to help you already know that that's happening. So get comfortable with these words or something like it.
Which is, this strategy is really interesting because we're asking them to support us, right? Where in all reality, so this is the psychology behind it, that they are the ones that are going to be getting the benefits.
Right.
Right? They're going to be getting the activation benefits. And so asking them to support you is going to get them into activation. And obviously with the hopes that they will love the benefits and want to stay as your regular customer long term. So I love this strategy.
Yeah. So good tee up too. So why this approach works so well? It's the psychology of support. It's low pressure. It's low commitment. And they're supporting you. They're not buying products. They're supporting you, but they are buying products and it's going to change their life forever. 90 days is a reasonable amount of time and it's finite. So in their mind, worst case scenario, and you told them, if at the end of this, you don't want to continue taking the products, I will consider it a favor. I'd be eternally grateful and your responsibility is complete. There's no, what's the word I'm looking for? There's no tie at the end. They're not attached to the outcome and either are you. It's going to be a blessing for them. And that 90 days, they are much more likely, if it's an activation product, to have a pretty awesome experience. And like I said, 90 days is reasonable and it's finite. So there's no ties at the end and there's no business talk. You're not talking about your business. So they're not putting up any walls of resistance. They're going to try your product for 90 days. And it's gratitude-based approach. You'd be so grateful. It'd mean the world to you, whatever wording works right for you. And it's going to change their life.
Yeah, and based off of gratitude, guys, you're going to be grateful to them. And part of your gratitude is going to be reaching out to them every single month, thanking them again for supporting you, finding out what their experience is like, what they've noticed so far. And you're going to be keeping notes of these things that they're telling you, because after the 90 days is up, that's when you can go to them and say, who do you know, right, that might want the same types of benefits. So
right.
Make sure that you're tracking that as you're going through this 90-day period too.
Yes, yes. And so rebuilding burned bridges. So
we have a few of those.
I have a PhD
in burning bridges.
Yeah, I did it all the wrong way in the beginning. So the humble apology approach. Consider it, if you had a tail, it would be tucked between your legs when you gingerly start this conversation. But it's for previous business prospects. So if you handled it wrong, it's like me in the beginning, hey, I'm super excited about a new business I'm involved in. You have to see this. I'm going to send you a 15-minute video. Would you watch it right now? It was all a full court press on how excited I am to be in business and a new business, I'm going to send you a video so you can see how excited I am about my new business. And I'm going to call you back as soon as the video is over. You're like, whoa, run, run, danger, Will Robinson. It's all about that person who's trying to get me on their team. That's why it stunk so bad. Now, it was what we were taught. It was scripts in the beginning. And did it work? Kinda, but mostly not. And there was some people that were like, no, back. This was before Facebook but if there was an unfriend in life, I'm still on the victim side of that with this previous approach. So it's for mending burned bridges, but it's like, hey, Curtis, I need to apologize. I know you probably, don't remember this. I do though, but I approached you about my business before and it was just awkward. And I'm so sorry. I was just excited and I didn't present it properly the first time. Would you give me the opportunity to share it with you again, or to look at a product and buy a product from us? So it's like, I won't talk at all about the business side of it, but I would like you to know what I'm doing. In case you're curious, it would mean the world to me if you would just support me by trying one of our products for a month and let me tell you, or let me know what you think. Would you be willing to do that? Now, if you caught it, this time it's for a month, not 90 days. Because the warm prospects who you've never shared this with before, who already know you, they trust you, they want you to succeed, we're not talking about them. We're talking about the people you screwed up badly with the first time. So in asking them to support you right out of the gates for 90 days might be a stretch, especially if they're still looking at it and like if the phone rings and they show their wife's like, can you believe who's freaking calling me right now? And they're still hurt by what you told them 5 years ago, 10 years ago, in my case, 16 years ago. And, that's why they're not answering. It's going to voicemail, whatever the case. So start out for a month, because if you do it right and you humbly apologize for doing it wrong the first time and just say, I was excited. Don't say, I was taught that way. Don't blame it on your upline. I was excited and I know it was awkward. I handled it incorrectly. But I won't talk about the business side. I would like it if you knew what I was doing, but can you buy one of my products for a month? And just kind of go with that approach. Did you say, I thought you were on, I felt some energy like you wanted to contribute to that part.
You're good.
No. Yeah, you didn't make nearly as many of those mistakes as I did.
Well, no, I've got my list. I've got my people I can go back to, that's for sure.
So why does the humble apology work? Again, as Marcy said before, it's the psychology of it. It's the psychology of humility. It shows that you've matured and you've grown, whether they're not answering your phone the first time. It shows that you've removed the defensive walls, because you're trying to, again, what do we call this? Mending burned bridges. You're creating curiosity about, well, what's different now? And you're rebuilding trust and relationships. And this right here, this approach, again, buying a product for a month, when it works out, they're going to go, oh my gosh, they're thinking in their head, I wish he wouldn't have screwed it up the first time, because I could have been taking this product 16 years ago, but it was awkward. And that's the difference. So why it works, you're humbling yourself. You're taking down the walls. You're creating curiosity on what's different now. And then the other thing, oh, he's still doing that after all these years? Maybe it wasn't as bad as he made it sound when he did it the wrong way the first time.
Maybe it's more legit than I thought. Right. If the company's still around, he hasn't been arrested yet.
Yep. Haven't seen him on the 6 o'clock news. So it opens doors for future conversations. But warm market, first approach, 90 days. Rebuilding your warm market from past apologies when you mess it up, 1 month. Okay, key distinction here.
Just click on it.
All right, so your warm market inventory, you need to be creating 4 lists here. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 lists. So family and extended family make 25 plus people. Friends and social circles, 30 plus people. Third, professional connections, 20 plus people. And you can dive into your Facebook, you can dive into LinkedIn, you can dive into Instagram and look at some of these business connections that you've got, professional relationships, coworkers, former coworkers. Number 4, personal service providers. So again, your mechanic, your landscaper, your pool cleaner, your house painter, your whatever the case, people that provide your nail tech, your massage therapist, your chiropractor, your what was I going to, your counselor, whatever your kid's teacher, whatever it is, however you know somebody in a personal or professional situation, in this case, 15 people, and the goal, 100 names total. And so make this for these 4 lists of 100 names total. You want to compile this by end of day tomorrow.
Yes.
Mañana.
Urgency is key.
Yes.
First of all, urgent activity brings excitement and energy to yourself and motivation to continue doing more. Okay.
Yeah.
Just remember that you've got to celebrate as you get these lists together. Celebrate after you've got your 25 people on your family and extended family list. Celebrate after you've got your friends and social circles list done. Celebrate every single time, because every time you celebrate, remember, you have those happy hormones, that party's going off inside your brain. And what it does is your brain loves to party. And so it's like, oh, what the heck did we do to get to be able to do this? And it will encourage you to go and do more of it. So make sure that you celebrate every single time you accomplish one of these tasks.
Yes, yes. And prioritize your approach. You call it the ABCD system. So the first approach, your A list. 10 people, the closest relationships, the highest trust. Think of it this way. If it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you're driving around and you get a blowout and there's not a gas station in sight and you're on a lonely road, who are you going to call? That's the people we're talking about. The people that you are the closest to, your relationships, the highest trust. Your B list, the people that are good relationships, regular contacts. You probably wouldn't call that person at 2 o'clock in the morning to come rescue you because you got a blowout. But if you needed a good car salesman, it's like, I need a really good car. Who do I know? I'm going to call Ash. He's used to be our across street neighbor. He's been in the car business for 30 years. That's the kind of person we're talking about. When you need a good deal on something that's important to you, and I got a guy, I got a gal, I got a friend. That's your B list. Your C list is your acquaintances, your occasional contact. The people may not know you by name, but you know them by interaction. The lady at the bank, the lady at Sprouts, the kid at the car wash, those kinds of things. The guy at the gas station, when you walk in and give him your card, tell him 15 on pump 4, whatever the case is. That's your C list. And then your D list, distant but known contacts. When you go through your phone and you're going through the A's and it's like, oh yeah, I remember that guy. I remember, however you know him, that was a waiter that when we like the gal that we on our anniversary 7 years ago, that amazing waitress we had. I don't remember her name, but she's in our phone for that reason. That would be like a D list kind of person. And if you were memorable to them as much as they were to you, it's a bonus. And the systematic approach timeline. So your 4-week plan. Week 1, contact your A list. Get it done. So those 10 people, reach out to them because 1, they're the people you'd call at 2 o'clock in the morning when you got a tire blowout. They know you the best and they want to see you succeed. They're probably going to be statistically wise, a very high percentage, probably 80-90%, are going to buy a product from you to support you in your business and give it 90 days. Week 2, your B list. Week 3, your C list. And week 4, follow up and continue expansion. Throw in some of that D list because that D list is never going to go away.
No.
But prioritize your A, B, and C list. Get those knocked out of the way because your D list is going to be extensive. Focus on the ones with the highest priority, which is your A, B, and C list in the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, and I will also want to just make a point right here. If you're feeling like, oh my gosh, that is a lot, then whittle it down to what you believe you will do that will stretch you. Not an easy goal, but something that will stretch you. Maybe for you, it's you're going to do 5 of your A list this week. You are absolutely going to reach out to those 5 people. And then next week, 10 of your B list, whatever it is that you will do.
Yeah.
Because if you don't do anything, it doesn't really matter how many numbers are on your paper, right? Or how many names are on your paper. You need to put into action this 4-week plan, but you need to do it in a way that you will absolutely do it, right? Because we don't want you to write out this list of names and get stuck with it. Plus, we want to make sure that you are following up appropriately with all of these people, because you don't want to just be reaching out to them and inviting them to take a look at something or inviting them to support you and not following up with them appropriately. So make sure that you are doing it in a way that you can manage it and build off of it.
Yep.
Make sense?
Yep. Yeah. Great strategy, babe. Contact method. So in order of effectiveness, and this is legit. So take a screenshot of this page right here. It's super, super important. Face-to-face conversations are your highest conversion. So if somebody, those 10 people on your A list, rather than calling, if you know where they work, if you know what time they take lunch, ask them out for lunch, have a conversation. You don't need to buy, you can go Dutch, but a face-to-face conversation, and it can come up because you're going to be catching up. I started this business. I'm super excited about it. We've got some great products, and I would love it if you would try one of our products, just one, for 90 days and give me your honest to goodness experience. And if after 90 days it's not something you're excited to continue on, I totally get it. And I would extremely be grateful for you, and your obligation to that and your commitment and your favor to me would be complete. However, what I'm suspecting is at the end of that 90 days, if you're getting the experience out of them that I think you're going to, we can easily show you how to become a regular customer. But either way, it would mean the world to me if you could try one of my products for 90 days. It's pretty much a given if you handle it that way. Face to face is always the best. A phone call, if you can't get them out to lunch, or you don't know where they work or whatever, a phone call is going to be great too, because it's still personal. And I would encourage you not to leave a message like that. Just say, hey, I'm thinking about you. Give me a call when you get a chance. Short, sweet, so they call you back. Do not, and I would highly encourage you, do not leave that message on the answering machine, because that by itself may be awkward, when if you talk to them on the phone, it would not have been. Text message is convenient, but you need to follow up on that. And I would say, so somebody you know very, very well, don't jump down to the text, because it's less friction, it's less confrontation. If you're feeling the desire to do that, check yourself, because you're making it about you, not about them, and the potential benefits that our products are going to have. So text message would be third, and then social media message, and you're doing it through a DM or Facebook Messenger. That's okay if that's how you know that person. It's a social media friend, right? That's your D list. So in order of effectiveness, face-to-face, phone call, text, and then social media message.
Yeah. So, and on the text message and the social media message, it's okay to use those to just kind of get somebody's attention. It's like, hey, I have an idea that I'd love to run by you. When would you have time that we could hop on a quick call?
Yeah.
Right? Just to be able to get their attention, because maybe they're at work, or you don't know when they would be available, and you don't want to call and interrupt them if they are at work, type of thing. So just being able to send them that text message is like, hey, I've got this idea that I really want to run by you. When would be a good time to have a short call?
Yeah.
Okay. And you can do that on social media or via text.
Here's something that just came to me, and it's not on any of these slides because it just came to me. That is, if you are looking for a certain kind of a product, whatever it is, think about the product you want to buy, whether it's a personal care product, laundry detergent, air freshener, whatever the case. If there is a product you've been wanting to buy or you've been thinking about, think immediately in the network marketing space. And do you know someone who works for a company that has that product? Then you can reach out to them. It would be a great gesture to offer to buy their product. And guess what? If you're offering to buy a product, people love reciprocity, because it would be a great time to talk about our activators or our Axio or whatever the case may be. And do you buy some product from them? They buy some product for you, because this is the whole thing about network marketing. If you know a product that you have that you know is in network marketing, and you have the option to buy it on Amazon or at Walmart or your grocery store or from a network marketer, buy it from a network marketer. Because one, you're building an alliance, you're building a relationship, and you're creating trust, and they will likely reciprocate. The odds of them reciprocating, even if you just ask, well, hey, I think you're in network marketing too, right? What kind of a product do you have? They've got that, I don't want to call it a guilt debt, but there is the desire to make it even. It's a great way and a great strategy too. So handling the responses when they say yes, which is going to be a high priority or a high percentage when you start with your A list and B list. Thank you so much. This seriously means everything to me. I'll send over a shopping cart with the product you chose, and I'll check in after 30 days to see that see how you're feeling. I'm so grateful for your support. And if they say no, and some of them will, don't take it personally. Say, I totally understand and I appreciate you even listening. Your friendship means more to me than any business ever could. Thank you so much. And again, they may reevaluate in time, but it's also keep going back, maybe in 6 months, a year, go back to the same person with the same thing. Maybe circumstances have changed.
Well, and the thing is if you handle it appropriately, the way that it says here or similar to this, what it's going to do is it's also going to, increase their curiosity of what you're really doing. And so they'll be watching you more closely if you handle it appropriately.
Absolutely. And this week's action step. So your daily implementation strategy starting tomorrow, create your 100 names list, your warm market list. Thursday, prioritize into A, B, and C, D categories. Friday, contact 3 A-list people. Monday, contact 3 A-list people. Tuesday, contact 4 A-list people. That makes up your 10 because you should have a list of 10. And then your weekly goal, 10 warm market requests. So if you do this, and this is the higher degree of certainty as far as statistics are concerned for conversions and product sales, watch what happens.
And so the golden rules basically for this strategy, but in general, right? This is for our business in general is first of all, we just want to be good people, right? And so to be a good person, you want to do these things. You want to be humble and you want to be grateful every time that you are approaching anyone that you want to share this information with. You're asking for support. You're not doing pressure sales, okay? And you want to keep it about the product, the benefits, what can happen for them, right? That sort of thing while they're supporting you in this, because that's what we're asking them, right? Is for their support. And then again, accepting no gracefully. And then the things that you do not want to do, first of all, that pressure or the high pressure sells, the persuasion, anything like that, don't do it. You don't want to talk about money or the potential of making the money with this strategy, and you don't want to take that rejection personally. It's not rejection, right? You were the one that was asking them to do you a favor, and it's their prerogative to say no to you, and that's okay. There's going to be other people that will say yes. And as I mentioned, you're actually kind of priming the pump with them because they're going to have more of their time watching you than they did before. So these are the golden rules that you want to definitely stick to.
Yes, absolutely. And success mindset shifts, the old and the
paradigm shifts.
Paradigm shifts. Yeah, we learned about that at the 7 Habits training. So the old versus the new. So rather than think, I need to convince them how great these products are. No, just I'm asking for their support. And like Marcy said, don't be attached to the yes or the no. Thank them for the yes, but don't be attached and don't take the no personally. So rather they need to join.
Thank them for the no too. Yeah. Thank you so much for even taking a look.
Absolutely. And I'm going to take a page out of the Sandy McClure customer service book here. Even on a no, or especially on a no, maybe send them a personal handwritten thank you in the mail. Thank you for even looking at it. It means more than you could know. And they're going to go, wow, I told them no. And they're grateful. Yeah, that's the whole point, because at least they looked. So that's like, oh, they need to join my business. I can't wait for that 90 days to be over because I'm going to hit them with a business pitch. Don't do that. So they might love the product. And if they don't, it's okay. Their obligation is complete. Their gesture and their favor to me was complete. But because they may, leave it open to them. If you love the product experience, I'll show you how to become a regular customer. And remember, you're not selling products. You're sharing an option with them that's going to help them. They're buying products. You are just asking for a favor to have somebody support you in your business by trying one of your products for 90 days.
Yeah. So anytime you come up with a thought that might end up being closer to negative than not, take the time to shift your own paradigm. Think about these examples here. And it's like, maybe you're thinking it's like, I just don't know enough to be able to do this business. How about you shift that to, I'm brand new and I'm super excited about what I'm learning. And I'm so grateful that I have a team to help me.
Yeah.
Right? So shift your paradigm on anything that does not serve you.
So good. And the week 3 challenge, here's your mission. So build your name list of 100 plus names by the end of the day tomorrow. Contact 10 of your A-list people this week in the next 7 days. 3, get 3+ people to try a product. It's all how you position the invitation and the offer to have them purchase a product from you to support you in your business. Okay. 4, report your results in the TFR Facebook group. I want to hear and see how you're doing. Marcy and I would love to read those and comment on them. Help one team member with their warm market. So what is that? You find some benefit and you reach down and you help somebody. That's how this will work. So that's your challenge for this week.
So
And
remember this, your warm market isn't just prospects. This is your friends and your family and your foundation, right? Whether it's your foundation for support or foundation to build a business with, treat them like gold and they'll support you like the family that they are, right?
yeah,
And your SC1 factory starts with people who already know and trust you. So go there first because it is your gold mine.
that's right. So any questions? Let's talk, because this is really why we do these trainings for the first place. It's not like we're looking for something to do on a Tuesday night. We love the passion that we have for the business, and we love sharing it with you guys, inspiring you, encouraging you, supporting you, training you on how to make your businesses and your life-changing situation here much more predictably successful, because your success is our success. In fact, that's how network marketing works. It's predicated on the success of your organization. You cannot be successful if your organization is not successful. So that's the primary reason we're doing this. We'd love to talk if you've got any questions on this. And while we're making that available to you guys, next week is the cold market. We're going to be talking about cold market confidence, expanding your universe, your cold market. That's everyone else on planet Earth except you. So it's inexhaustible. Okay. So any questions? Let's talk. Go ahead and unmute yourself if you want to. Open your cameras up so we can see your beautiful faces, and let's talk. And if you've got any questions, let us know.
Let's see what we've got here.
And if you're on Facebook, go ahead and type them in.
Let's see. To qualify for the trip, it has to be completely new people purchasing, right? Yes, for the 800 in sales volume requirement for this month, it does have to be new people for that sales volume requirement. So new customers, new consultants for the trip qualifications. Good question, Kathy. All right, any other questions? If not, we're going to have this call be a wrap. Just quick reminder that it is the end of July. You've got 2 days plus the last few hours of today to be able to close out super strong, go into your back office, check all those reports, and see who you can help before the end of the month. And if we can help you in any way, let us know. Plus, if you know anybody that is in the Berlin, Ohio area, we are going to be there Thursday evening through Sunday morning, helping out with an Amish training with our fellow executives, the Highfields. So let us know if you know anybody in that area, and we could probably get them into the training that's going to be Friday evening and Saturday. Would love to be able to help you guys out with that. What?
It's not really an Amish training because I don't know anything about being Amish. It is a training that is going to be largely for Amish people.
You're a dork.
Max.
You're a dork. All right, guys. We love you. We'll see you next week.
See you next week. So cold market next week. Love you guys.